You are welcome to Lautech Open and Distance Learning Center. I'll be taking you through ACT 306 Petroleum Accounting, Study Section 7, Extractive Industries in Oil and Gas Sector. An extractive industry is an industry where materials such as oil and coal are obtained from under the ground in drilling, mining, and quarrying. Now, in this study section, you learn about the structure and the nature of extractive industry, their impact on economy, on environment, and of course on social development. And the development of social, will be looking at the local content strategy based on the optimizing national value creation. Learning outcome for study section 7. On completion of this study section, you should be able to explain the structure and the nature of extractive industries, highlight the impact of extractive industry on economy, environment, and the social development of the people. And of course, you should be able to explain the development of local content strategies based on optimizing their national value creation. Structure and the nature of extractive industry. Extractive industry is any process that involves the extraction of raw materials from the earth to be used by consumers. Now, the extractive industry consists of any operations that remove metals, mineral, and aggregate from the earth. Examples of extractive processes include oil and gas extraction, mining, dredging, and quarrying. Now, extractive industries is a term that is often used to describe non-renewable resources such as oil, gas, and minerals. This guidance note begins by explaining the main reasons why extractive industry can cause tension at a local or national level, and how this tension can be led to conflict. In this offer guidance on strategies for preventing this conflict associated with extractive industry. Now, we are the oil and gas industry structure. The structure is basically on a two form. We have, on three form. We have upstream, we have downstream, and we have the middle stream sector. Now let's look at the upstream sector. The upstream activity starts with exploration stage that comprises the activities of finding oil and gas and assessing its quantity for possible exploration. Now, the exploration and appraisal process may take 3 to 10 years to complete. After exploration, if the results and appraisal indicate that commercial production is viable and the development stage is carried out. Now, for the midstream sector, is composed of assets and services that provide a link between the supply side and demand side of the value chain, and include the activities of storage and transportation of oil, natural gas, and processed products. Now, for the downstream sector covers the activities ranging from the refining, processing of hydrocarbon to selling to final consumers. Oil refining is the process in which hydrocarbon molecules are separated and crude oil is converted into finished products for consumption. Likewise, the processing of natural gas consists of separating the various hydrocarbon and fluid from the wellhead gas. After refining and processing, oil products marketing include the activities necessary to sell and deliver refined products to end consumers through wholesales, direct industrial sales, and retail in petrol stations. The mining industry structure. If you look at the structure, we have the extractive activities, which covered the exploration and the development. Then we have the mining, we have the mineral processes, which were between the extractive activities and the processing activities. For the processing activities, That is where we are talking about value additions, or when we are retrieving, the oil, as in the crude oil, into the normal stages of resources. Impact of extractive industries. Extractive industry has a very great impact on the society, the environment, the economy, and the social development of the people. Now, the extent of the positive and negative impacts are context specific and vary from extractive activities. Now, locations, economic environment, and quality of governance. These impacts can be influenced at any level of the value chain by the local content policies adopted in those countries. Likewise, apprehending this impact and their dynamics are of critical importance in the design of appropriate regulations. So for the purpose of analysis, extractive industries impacts are grouped in economic, environmental, and social impact. Now, we are looking at the development of local content strategies. Peck and Gantis 2008 identified 4 main causes of the shortage of skilled workers in the oil and gas industry. It mentioned there's a scarce of educational facilities, there's a weak vocational and technical training, and there's a lack of school accreditation and increasing demand for higher skilled workers in the industry. So in order to address this skill shortage constraint, countries must undertake local capacity building in 2 ways: by creating an educational base, that is to support development in the long run, and improving the direct participation of the local workers with companies in the industry value chain. I think that will really develop the local content of the industry. We have come to the end of this study section. Thanks for listening. See you in the next class.